Y'all gonna have to get the hell out of here. Get you one. Take 4. I would highly recommend you add one of these to your selection. Make sure you get you one. Shit. My wife said don't say get you one, so go get you one. Yeah. Bourbon time. Hello everybody, welcome back to Backroad Bourbon. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for continuing to support the channel and coming back and watching my reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Jim Beam Black Label. I've been looking for this thing for, what, 2 months probably?
At least.
At least 2 months, and finally found one in Swanee, Georgia. Georgia's kind of weird when it comes to Jim Beam. There's 3 different distributors, which I just found this out, that service the state of Georgia. One does south of Atlanta, all the way down the Florida line. One does the Atlanta metro area, and then the other one does north of Gwinnett County, which is about 40 miles north of Atlanta. North of there, all the way to the Tennessee state line, which is kind of weird. But yeah, the 3 different distributors in the state of Georgia, I just find this kind of weird. The one in Metro Atlanta obviously is the busiest, so that's the reason they got this distribution first. Like I said, this has been very hard to find. I've been seeing reviews online about it and been wanting to try it. A buddy of mine that works with me, he just went to Florida recently, and I had him actually look for it, and he wasn't able to find it at his local liquor stores where his parents live either. But as far as the difficulty finding this, I've called around several stores in the metro area, even downtown Atlanta, some of the real popular stores, and was not able to find it. And just happened to call one other store here in Swanee, Georgia, and he said they got them in unofficially, but he wasn't able to sell them because they still had some of the old stock, the 8-year, the previous Jim Beam Black, which it was, the previous one was aged 8 years, but it was only 86 proof. This one is aged 7 years and comes in at 90 proof. So we're gonna give it a taste today and let you know what we think about it, and we'll go from there. Here recently, I've been watching reviews online. Latin Sip, I don't know if you guys are familiar with their channel. We can link them up here. They've been offering some real good reviews, and I enjoy watching them, and they recently did a review on this one. Come in highly recommended. Just Google searches trying to look for this and saw reviews where people highly recommend it compared to the old one. Says it's much more flavorful. The palate seems to be a little better, taste a little better coverage on your palate. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. So we're gonna open it up and give it a shot. First of all, in the glass, you can see it's a real pretty color. 7-year age. I'm sure it's a number 4 char barrel. Like a honey color, honey amber color. Real pretty. Coats the glass well. Drops. It doesn't look like it's super thick as far as viscosity goes. Oh. But again, it's a real pretty color. On the nose, wow, you can smell the oak. You can smell a little bit of the char. The vanilla, obviously, vanilla, caramel. Wow, it smells really good. It smells typical Jim Beam, but just a little more rich to me. To me, typical Jim Beam is vanilla, caramel, and a little peanutty. I always smell like roasted peanuts with Jim Beam products, and to me I do smell a little bit of peanuts on this one, but this one is a little more rich compared to like white label Jim Beam, which is, I drink it quite often. So something a little fruity right there on the right side. Maybe just some light fruit. Alrighty, let's get it down the palate. Cheers. Wow, that's good. Very, very, it's hard to say smooth when you're dealing with bourbon and liquor, but very smooth. You get just a little tinge of a Kentucky hug going down, and obviously that was my first sip of the day, but no burn. Very smooth across the palate, coats well. Definite caramel, vanilla, a little bit of oak, but it's not anything like a dry oak. And then the very finish, probably a medium finish. You get a little bit of the peanutty that I was talking about. A lot smoother than even the white label. Let's go in for another sip here. That's good. I enjoy this. I think this Jim Beam's definitely going to stay on my shelf. I hope it gets a little easier to find here in the North Atlanta area. Like I said, I've been looking for this for a good 2 months now and finally found it. And there was maybe 5 or 6 of them on the shelf. And this happens to be a 1.75 liter. This is a big bottle, obviously. They didn't have it in any small bottles. I guess they're trying to push the old stock out before really pushing this one. The only thing I can figure. But again, they're just, I feel that they're just trying to push out the old stock before really pushing this one and getting it on the shelves just to make sure they sell all the old stock, because this one is so much smoother. I mean, I highly recommend this one. So on the finish, this thing finishes real smooth. I mean, it leaves a real good, like a little bit, not a strong honey, but a little bit of a sweetness, maybe a honey or a butterscotch flavor in your mouth. It finishes very well. Would I buy it again? Most definitely. And I may go out and get me another one before these get gone, because I'm telling you, these things are really hard to find. So if you find it on the shelves, you better get you one. I think this one was I want to say it was $48 I paid for it. But not being able to find it and being a 1.75 liter, I think that's a very fair price. Would I buy another one to have a backup? Most definitely. Would it be in my top 10? I would say it's definitely my top Jim Beam products. I really enjoy it. I still love the old trusty white label. That's where I started. A good buddy of mine, Gib White, got me started on that. So he recommended it and we started drinking it and got me going on that, and that's what got me into bourbon. Actually, give me some comments down below if you tried this one. Let me know. And if you're seeing it in your state, local to your area, your liquor stores, let me know what kind of prices you're seeing it at. If you're seeing the 750 ml bottles, or if you're seeing the 1.75 bottles, let me know what kind of prices you're seeing on it, and give me some feedback. If you're having difficulty finding it in your area, let me know about that as well, because that's interesting to know how this thing's being pushed out and where it's being pushed out, because it's, like I said, I've played hell finding this thing. I finally found it after looking for a good 2 months. Always drink responsibly. Always enjoy your life. Be a blessing unto others. And don't forget to juice that mug. Have a good day. Thanks.